Hello, John.
Guess where we are?
Go on. I can't guess.
Well, you know.
I know, yes, but for the purposes of this, I'll pretend I don't.
Right in the garden.
Oh, yeah. We are, again.
The long-awaited third part of the garden.
Return to the garden. Return of the garden,
The Garden Trilogy.
if you will.
Garden Harder.
Yes.
No, by that logic, it would be
Garden
With a Vengeance.
with, yeah. I was going to say, what's the third one?
Speaking of which, there has supposedly been a magic, the Green Thumb Man.
Oh,
Who
yes.
I imagine is a bit like the Easter Bunny or Father Christmas.
Sure.
Was meant to be coming to look at the lawn.
Oh, your lawn.
Yeah,
I
this
need
lawn
a
here.
gardener, actually. Now you mention it.
You mean the lawn which was set up by the careful lady owner of your house?
Well, it's a forest at the moment. It's awful.
some
my
people
garden.
like that.
But there's weeds growing out of the lawn. It's in it because of all this weather we've been having. Mm-hmm. Never stops that weather, does it?
It's crazy,
I
yeah.
know.
Year in.
Anyway, let's not talk about the weather.
No.
But it is awful at the moment. Anyway, your garden doesn't seem that bad by comparison.
No, it's not too bad.
However, you're going to tell me it's awful.
If you turn your head to the left, you'll see the
there
gate.
it is. Oh, yes, there it is.
Now, Green Thumb, who one would imagine know their business. And know
I
lawns,
would like to think so.
the idea was that they were going to come and they were going to put like grass seed down and a secret blend of 11 herbs and fertilizers.
yeah.
You know, so they've got
It smells
like
like a KFC in here.
They've got like a magic mix basically to make it grow.
Sure.
And they came apparently. We were out, but we left the gate open for them. And we were looking at it going like, it is looking vibrant. Like, it's really, I think I can see a bit of growth. It's good. And then found out 2 weeks later, they didn't
No,
they didn't do
I
anything.
thought that's where the story
That's
was
where
going.
you can see the punchline coming.
Yeah.
But yeah, it turns out they hadn't done a thing. They couldn't get the gate open,
Oh, really?
despite it being unlocked.
That seems weird.
Yeah,
It doesn't seem like that complicated a gate, looking at it now.
You wouldn't think so, but apparently like the handle is a bit loose on the other side.
Oh.
That did actually happen to Lucy one morning.
Oh, okay.
I just got into work.
It's not unprecedented.
I got a phone call saying like, "Hey, I went to take the bins out, and
locked out.
now I'm locked out."
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, "I got the training. I can be there, but it'll take me like maybe an hour,
Yeah.
hour and a half." She's like, "No, I've called my sister. I'm just gonna sit
Climb.
in the alley." Well, I mean, there is a
what-
bank behind our house.
Yeah.
I think if you took enough of a run up, you could probably clear the fence quite neatly.
You might break your leg, but it'd be worth it.
Totally
For
worth
the
it.
story.
We were doing, it's good to get the old mics out again.
Oh, yes,
for
absolutely.
Big Punch Classic. We've not actually gotten that many podcasts done of late, just in general, not even like you
just
and I.
Big
Yeah,
Punch generally.
We did the Punchcast, which
I
is a
understand. I
monthly
saw that.
thing.
I saw the tweet. I
But
did.
I think it's just like we've just been busy with other things.
Yes.
as is always the
life
way.
life is getting in the way of recording our podcasts.
Although yesterday,
Oh yes.
no, Sunday,
We
did quite a large session.
Again, I saw the tweet.
Yeah, well,
You were
every time-
doing things.
every time-
I am just following you around via social media.
That's the problem. Like for every interaction I get through
We
Twitter,
should stop being friends on Facebook
It's
and not
one less-
unfollow each other
it's
on
one less
Twitter.
thing for us to talk
and then
about.
we'd actually have stuff to talk about.
Anyway, the long and short of it is, I ordered because I love my audio equipment.
Absolutely.
I ordered. I was like, because the podcast machine we have, which I'm gesturing to,
You
now,
are. There it is.
has two outputs.
Yes.
As you can see, we can have two mics running off it.
Exactly.
And I was like, that's good. That's better than one.
It is. It's 100% better than one.
Some might say.
Yeah.
I'll believe you on that. I'm not a mathematician.
No, sure.
But I want to take it
To the next level.
to the next level. I want to kick it up a notch for Spice
yes.
Weasel. So I was like, how can I do 4?
Yes.
Because, anytime we do a group session and we have to kind of like
It's
pair up.
rather, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, so I was Googling it. I was saying like, podcast machine, 4 inputs. And
Oh.
there was some, and they were maybe like, quite expensive,
Right,
shall we
right,
say,
right. Out of budget.
And I was like, oh, I don't want to break the bank. And this one's good. There's nothing wrong with
Yes,
it.
it's fine. No.
Unless I got 2. I could get 2 and then kind of run them.
I see, yes.
Yeah, 2 mics off each. Anyway, long and short of it is, I found a nice Google link. And
Wonderful.
the guy was like, how to record a podcast with 4
Oh.
inputs. And I was like, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
Can't wait to open it.
This is going to be brilliant.
Could be anything. Clicked on it, and he goes, first thing you'll need is this. And he holds up my podcast machine. I'm like,
Oh,
that's
that's a good start.
odd, but good.
Yeah.
And he goes, and you'll need 2 of these. And they're like these just cable splitters.
So they split them, yeah.
And you
yeah,
need 4
yeah.
mics.
Wonderful.
And I was like, oh,
That was easy.
that's blindingly simple. Really. I should have thought of that.
So you've bought them.
Yes, and
Wonderful.
because I knew we were doing a big recording session for a new project on Sunday, and I was like,
Yes.
there's going to be 4 of us around a table. I'll order them. I'll get them
Yeah,
off.
I know, yeah.
I'll Amazon them.
Yes.
Because I like to support.
Oh, you got it.
Local businesses.
Yeah,
you know.
Amazon probably have a warehouse around here somewhere.
Ma and Pa. kind of.
Yeah.
Okay, so place the order on Thursday, I want to say, and I pay to guarantee them by Sunday.
Sure.
That's the earliest I could do them.
Right.
So a bit of a risk.
Yeah.
Because it could turn up at like,
Do Amazon deliver on Sunday?
They do.
They do. Okay, fine.
in this hectic modern day society. of
Well,
course.
who's got time to take Sunday off?
Well, indeed.
Stuff needs to get delivered.
Some people have to-
podcasts need to get recorded.
Yeah, not going to record themselves.
Exactly.
You know, God can wait.
Yeah. God would want us
I think
to do a podcast. I think
that's the message.
podcasts weren't invented when God was around.
No, he had a loudspeaker.
Yeah, he
Fewer people.
on the
less-
seventh day. God invented podcasts.
So it wasn't necessary to upload them to the web. Like everyone who was going to
Yeah.
hear it was in one.
People just had conversations back then. They didn't feel the need to record them.
This is so impersonal.
Yeah.
But so I was like, a bit of a risk. So 11 p.m. on Friday, get a little ping, get a little notification saying it's been dispatched.
Okay, on Friday.
Yeah.
Okay.
So to arrive Sunday, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh,
That's okay.
high hopes.
Yes.
Don't know where it's coming from, but it's not America. That's all I
Fine,
know.
okay.
So and it appeared
It's
to
on the
be
way.
UK based.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm waiting all Saturday for updates.
Waiting by the door.
Well, kind of checking my phone every few minutes,
yes.
going like, sometimes they say it will arrive Sunday, but it might arrive earlier. It has
Yes.
been known to happen.
That does happen, yes.
So I was quite excited and a little anxious as well. Like,
Oh, yeah.
So then I got a.
I would be.
Yep, phone's ringing. Then I got
very unprofessional.
little update at 8 p.m.
On Saturday.
on Saturday,
I understand.
8 p.m. saying it was in. Well, it had like a name of some carrier facility.
Okay.
But I googled it.
Yeah. Local.
Leicester.
Oh, that's
But it's in Leicester, and I'm like,
That's-
that's great.
Yeah, that's good news.
8 p.m. It's in Leicester.
Can be here tomorrow morning.
That's like an hour and 45 minutes away.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
Easy.
So I go to bed. I'm feeling quite confident.
Barely sleep through excitement.
Wake up in the morning, and I woke up quite early,
Yes.
as is my way,
Yes, you do.
and had an update. And it
Okay.
said, as of 3 a.m.,
3 a.m.
it was in Bristol.
Oh. So it's travelled overnight from Leicester to Bristol.
Leicester to Bristol.
Passing Cheltenham on the way.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, because I drew up a little map. If you draw a direct line between Bristol and
Go through
Leicester,
Cheltenham.
it's funny that, isn't it? Yeah.
That is hilarious.
So it's past me in the night, and I'm thinking
Very frustrating. That must be very frustrating.
it was frustrating. And
Yeah,
I'm thinking
you
of
look frustrated.
I'm thinking of the rogues it may have taken. And I'm thinking, well, I used to drive to Leicester when I went to
Yes.
uni, so I'm like, I know the route, so they must have passed very near to me. So they've gone down to Bristol. According to the log, it was in Bristol for 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Then
and
it
then
left
came back
Bristol,
out.
and I'm like, oh great, it's on the road. This is wonderful. Get a notification at just after 7 a.m.
Oh, yes.
It's in Worcester.
Yes, of course it is. Again, they probably travelled through Cheltenham
Well,
because
that's the thing.
Worcester is the next big town over.
Yeah, it's like 40 minutes away.
City.
So it's like what? The route, it would have to have taken the M5. It would have gone past Cheltenham. So it's past
That's
me again.
twice it's gone past.
So it's in.
That sounds very frustrating.
It got to Worcester like 7 a.m.
No.
At 9 a.m., it leaves Worcester.
Good.
So at this point, I'm like, okay, I'm a little miffed. But.
If it turns up, that's fine.
Yeah, it's out the door.
That's the problem. You have too much knowledge of where this thing's going.
Ignorance.
And it's annoying you.
Yeah, if they hadn't told me, I could have.
Exactly. You
lived
could
quite
have just
happily.
been like, oh, it showed up on Sunday, fine.
Well, some of those tracking things, like
They're
you
too
can-
accurate.
Well, some of them you can actually see exactly
Oh,
where they
yeah.
are, almost like GPS.
Yeah. Yodel are the worst, by the way.
In terms of,
delivery.
oh yeah,
I've had stuff in my wheelie bin before, and it says on the slip in bin in scrawled handwriting that you can just about make out.
I swear, once we've had over fence. In
Oh,
back,
yeah.
and someone's chucked something over.
Yeah. Apparently, I've questioned them on this, the Yodel people.
Yeah.
And they're not obligated to deliver it to a person,
Okay,
so they can apparently in their terms and conditions just chuck it anywhere. Apparently, according to the person at Yodel, but they would say that.
okay. The thing is, I'll meet them halfway on that because it is really frustrating when they won't. Maybe like something is ever so slightly too big for the letterbox, and you're out. And what you want them to do is leave it with like a neighbour,
Oh, sure.
or maybe even. I guess you can set this stuff up.
Yes.
Like I prefer them to leave it with my next door neighbour.
Yeah,
If you have an
they
next-door
won't
neighbour.
always though. Amazon actually won't.
Yeah.
If it's alcohol, which I purchased recently from Amazon
Really?
for a birthday present.
Can you buy alcohol? off
Oh,
Amazon?
absolutely.
I guess you can buy anything.
Why
off
wouldn't
Amazon.
you?
Sponsorship?
Yeah. So I ordered some Edinburgh raspberry gin.
Oh, very
for
nice.
Liz's birthday as a gift.
Delightful.
Delightful. And I got it delivered to my mum's house, so Liz wouldn't go walking around the house looking for her presents, because I know what she's like. So it went to my mum's house. And they wouldn't deliver it unless someone was in.
Oh.
But they hadn't made that clear, so I complained to them, and I got a month of Amazon Prime for free,
Wow.
and I got a £5 voucher to spend on whatever I wanted on Amazon.
When you're on Amazon Prime, yeah, you get all the TV
And some movies.
and some movies. But you also get like super delivery.
You get 1 day free delivery.
Oh, wow, on anything. Pretty much.
On
Within
anything,
reason,
yeah, within reason, yeah.
I've told you this before, but when we had the whiteboard delivered from the office
Oh,
upstairs,
yes, I remember.
we had Yodel delivered it.
Good old Yodel.
And I got a notification, I think, at work saying we were unable to deliver your parcel.
Oh, he's-
And I'm like, that's ridiculous. There were people in the house.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
it's big.
but there were people, yes.
So I get home and it's on the drive.
Hilarious.
So as in, like, they have delivered it, but I'm still getting...
They've also left it on the drive.
And there's a note through the door saying, we were unable to deliver your parcel.
Yeah.
We will try again tomorrow. And I'm getting email updates saying, we're sorry we weren't able to deliver your parcel. And I tweeted at him saying, like, I'm not complaining, but I'm genuinely fascinated to see what will turn up tomorrow. Yeah.
What is he going to bring? Did they bring anything?
No.
Oh.
No mention of
I
it.
would have liked it if there was another whiteboard that showed up. That would have been good.
I'd love it if it just kept coming. There could have been a whiteboard every day. Have they actually seriously considered rolling out the drone thing, like the Amazon
I think
drone
it turned out
delivery?
they weren't allowed
I guess there are like...
because of air traffic and things like that.
I was going to say, there are pesky kind of air traffic laws.
There would
aren't
have been massive problems. It would have been all over the newspapers for weeks what problems these things were causing.
Did you see that thing at TGI Fridays where
No, I don't think so.
it was like... It was either like a Valentine's Day or like a Christmas... It could have been a Christmas thing.
Yeah.
Because they had an idea where it'd be cute if a drone
Oh yes.
flew around the restaurant with mistletoe
Oh god.
beneath it. I mean, it's like...
How many people were injured?
One. But it was significant.
Oh
So,
god.
as in, it came down, and I think it just kind of went, whoa, and just hit this guy in the face. Like, carved up his face.
Oh no.
We went to TGI Fridays a few months back for a friend's birthday.
Lovely. What'd you have?
Actually, I had something really weird. I had, for starter, Coca-Cola wings.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've never had them, but I'm aware of them.
I did not care for the Coca-Cola sauce, but the wings were exceptional.
Okay.
And you didn't have to dunk them.
No,
So you
fine.
could eat around them.
Oh, I see. It was a separate
Yeah.
sauce. I understand.
But it tasted pretty much exactly like you'd imagine, like
Oh,
syrupy.
yeah.
In fact, like
Reduced Coca-Cola.
you've worked behind a bar.
I have.
You get like those Coke taps.
yeah,
Don't they have like two? Like
Yeah, they have two streams, effectively.
Yeah. So how does it work? Like you can do them separately, or do you press a button?
You press a button, it just says L for lemonade or C for cola.
Right.
Generally, or there's soda water as well, I think.
Okay. Because it's like Coke is like, is it shipped in like the syrup?
Yeah, basically. And then
Yeah.
you combine it with
Just
the fizziness.
fizziness. Yeah.
So
like-
it's probably,
that's
reduced syrup.
That's what I think it was. I
Yeah.
think it was like kind of just.
It's a way of selling something that's really cheap, probably for something quite expensive. At TGI's.
Well, I suspect that the bar staff, probably just kind of took that barrel.
Yeah, let's just do that.
True story. There were plans which did not come to anything. Once upon a time, Coke were actually looking at installing a third tap
Oh, yes.
in apartment homes
For
So you have-
cola?
for cola.
Oh, really?
As in you have hot water, cold water,
That
and,
would have been
and
good.
Coke.
That
Do you
would have-
imagine?
That would have been awesome. Although nobody would have any teeth, would they?
The problem was that they would have to have had like an armor-plated security box in the basement with the syrup in.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Because it's like they don't want... Well, A, they wouldn't want people kind of meddling with it, and B, I guess they wouldn't want them nicking it in case they...
Can you imagine the black market for Coca-Cola?
It would be black.
But then it'd be like the black market for running water. I can't imagine that's a flourishing market.
No, but... Well, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of money in water.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
There's a whole James Bond film built around water.
Yeah.
That was weird, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Quantum of Solace. That was a plot twist.
It's like every Superman plot back in the day was about like Lex Luthor has built a machine to increase the heat from the sun so he can profit off water.
Never mind drowning all the people.
Like, I don't know if you... this was kind of like before I think you kind of got into like the Marvel movies and
Oh,
stuff.
sure.
But did you ever see Superman Returns?
I have it. No, I did have it on DVD.
Yeah.
I sold it to one of those websites that buy
Music
old DVDs.
Magpie
I
or
never
something.
watched it.
Yeah.
I heard not great things.
It
And
was-
I'm not that big a fan of Superman generally.
No, he's always a tough one to adapt, but that was weird because like the whole plot and that, like there was some weird sci-fi stuff going on. It was all like a real estate scam.
Ugh.
Like it was literally like we found this amazing device which will make a continent grow out of the ocean, so we can sell it to build homes.
Oh, lovely.
You know, that was it. Like it was always just really.
That just sounds like good economics to me.
Yeah, actually, I sympathise with Lex
The
Luthor. Like,
percentage of the Earth that's water.
yeah,
It's just good economics.
Too
that.
much water.
Good economics. Speaking of Coca-Cola,
Tell me more.
I've been slow cooking a ham
In Coca-Cola.
in Coca-Cola.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, is it because of the acidity of the Coke?
I
Is
think, yeah, something
tenderising
like
it?
that. Yeah, oh, it does. It's awesome. But it's better because it's good in Diet Coke I use.
Really?
I'm on a diet.
Okay.
I'm not.
I'm trying to watch my
I'm
figure.
cooking my ham in Diet Cola because I don't want to get fat. But the taste is okay, and you can taste the cola. But the
Right.
ham is awesome.
How long? So, talk me through it. How?
Well, I own a slow cooker, one of those mini pots that you just
Yeah.
put on for the day.
How big is it? Big enough for two?
Yeah, it's quite a big ham. It's like a gammon joint, and all I do is I heat up the cola so it's boiling, and then I pour it in the slow cooker and put the ham in. Just leave it on all day. Lovely.
Do you? I really don't know what to say. I mean, do you throw anything else in?
No,
Wow.
just ham and cola,
And then-
or apple juice. Apple juice is better.
I can imagine apple juice.
Apple juice with ham is much better.
Would you? Do you like pour the Coke away at the end, or do you drink it, or
You could drink it. I don't.
no?
You could.
Okay,
It's perfectly safe.
This is interesting though, because like when I was referring to the Coca-Cola wings earlier, the issue was you had a really nice kind of wing,
Yes.
and then you kind of doused it in super condensed Coke
Yeah.
syrup.
It's not that sugary. It's not like.
So
I can imagine it's very sweet, a sauce of it.
okay, well, case in point, do you remember when we had black velvets?
Yes,
at
I
one
do.
time?
Ugh.
So I liked it, but
I sort of liked it, but it gave me a
was
hangover
decadent.
immediately.
Well, yeah, half Guinness, half champagne.
Yeah.
The thing about the black velvet was you could taste each of the flavors at the same time.
Yeah.
and they didn't mingle or complement
No,
at all.
that's quite right.
So is that not the case with Coke and ham?
Not really,
Are you getting
no.
like Coke and ham, or are you getting something
you get
else?
mainly ham,
Yeah.
but it's just sort of, you get the edges. The edges are basically black by the time it comes out,
Yeah.
but it just tastes nice.
So does your slow cooker have like settings, or
Oh,
is it
yes.
just like
medium,
hot?
high, or low.
That's it, isn't it?
That's all you get.
Where'd you get it from?
I can't remember. I think it was a gift.
Yeah.
It's awesome, though, my slow cooker. I
have-
love it.
We have a slow cooker. We've not kind of dug
Oh,
it out.
you should.
We've not dug it out in ages.
You
We used to
should.
do it all the time.
Cook a ham in it. Just get a little gammon joint
Yeah.
from the supermarket and cook it in something.
But how long do you give it? Like how much?
8 hours.
8 hours,
I go to work. I just turn it on, go to work, and by the time I get back, it's ready.
That's the thing. I don't think we were ever confident enough to leave it running
Oh, you
for
should.
like 8 hours.
It's fine.
Yeah?
Yeah, get a gammon joint. Apple juice is better.
I can. Yeah.
Do that in apple juice. And we had posh ham, egg, and chips,
Oh,
which was nice. So we did our own chips and all
I've got to say that does sound amazing.
that. It was bloody good.
Yeah.
I would recommend it.
I feel like if I'm ever going to up my cooking game,
Oh, you got to slow cook things.
I feel like, well, I do a mean stew. I can do a really good stew in a slow cooker. But I
I've
feel
done
like,
curries in the slow cooker.
oh man,
That's pretty cool.
I bet that would be good.
That's
actually.
good. Also,
Yeah.
the chicken's all just melting away in the sauce.
How do you-
Oh, I'm starving now.
We've added a nice little dish to our repertoire.
Oh, yes.
Don't know how this sits with you.
Go on.
Tin of tomatoes,
Oh, yeah.
tin of mixed beans.
Nice.
Okay.
Like kidney beans.
Yeah,
And
all
all
bit
sorts of
everything.
beans,
Got
I
yellow
understand.
fatty beans and yeah. Pour them both in a kind of wide frying pan.
Oh, yes.
So just heat them up. Then add smoked paprika.
Okay.
Give that a big shake.
Lovely.
Cumin.
Nice.
They are my two go-to.
Oh, you got it,
spices.
yeah.
Bit of pepper. Crumble in a chicken oxo cube.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, a bit of flavour.
Stock. Other cubes are available.
Other cubes are available. And also sriracha,
Oh, yes.
which is
What
like
is sriracha?
Well,
For those who don't know.
it's a chili sauce, but I'm very weak with heat. I can't really handle
I like
spice.
heat.
Sriracha, I'm a late life convert to it. And Nick and Ali were like in love with it.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Like it's
Oh.
very fruity and it's got
yes.
a bit of a kick, but it's not,
Not
like
overpowering.
so. And you just kind of
Douse it.
yeah,
in-
just kind of mix it all up.
Yeah.
and then it kind of thickens, and so we just get that kind of simmer, and then you can just play it by ear. So it's been going for like 5-10 minutes. We crack 4 eggs,
Oh yeah.
in it.
Nice.
put a lid on,
Oh,
just let steam the eggs.
lovely.
And when the eggs are white through, just kind of scoop
to
it
go.
up.
Ooh,
That
does sound nice.
meal of champions.
I might
And then
try
we
that.
serve it with fajitas. Not like
Wraps.
Yeah, wraps.
Yeah,
What do you call
that's
them?
the one.
Tortillas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, what's tortillas? The crisps,
Yeah.
the crispy ones.
What's the floppy one? Is that like a fajita? No, fajita is what you get when you wrap.
Oh,
round
okay.
stuff.
They're wraps.
Yeah.
Round wraps.
Yeah, a
Whatever.
round soft wrap.
Whatever they
basically.
are.
It's very good.
Maybe they're called soft tortillas. Anyway,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
Anyway. So your package is in Worcester.
My package is in Worcester, and I'm like, okay, well,
This conversation's about as roundabout as the delivery of this item.
oh,
Satire.
that's delightful.
That was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm glad that you could sum up the entire podcast in one pithy.
And the previous 20 episodes.
Oh God, yes. I thought we had a nice vibe going there. Once you draw attention to it,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
tangent, the magic
no,
is gone.
I enjoy a tangent though.
Okay, so
The
Worcester,
parcel's in Worcester.
but it leaves Worcester at 9,
Yes.
and I'm like, okay, I'm feeling optimistic because I know Worcester is only 40 minutes away,
yes,
maybe at a push.
more or less.
So I'm like, I reckon.
On the train, it's quicker.
I was thinking, we've got to be quite early on. Got to be.
Oh, you're getting your hopes up, John. That's the problem.
So I'm waiting.
Oh yes,
And I'm waiting.
by the door
And
again.
in the end, we're getting into the afternoon now, and I'm like, well, we can't wait forever. We're going to have to.
Oh, I know where this is going.
Well, there's no real poetic ending to it, other than we got halfway through a 3-hour session when it arrived.
No, okay.
So we didn't actually trial it,
No,
but
it's here.
There is,
That's the most important
that's
thing.
the thing. There isn't a neat conclusion to the story. My point is, I drew a map, and it annoyed me that
Yes.
like in the span of 18 hours, it had passed by within like 20 miles of my house.
Yes,
twice.
I can imagine that is irritating.
It is frustrating.
But that's the thing. Knowledge is power.
Too much knowledge.
Too much knowledge is dangerous. There's a quote in there somewhere.
I think so.
Something inspirational.
I think marinating meat might be the way forward.
Oh, you got to marinate meat.
Or
That's effectively what it's marinating in, the Coke or the apple juice.
yeah.
though.
I think
Because it's uncooked. It's completely uncooked when you put it in.
yeah.
But it's, it's awesome.
So it's kind of like it's boiling it in a weird way.
Sort of.
Although I guess
Doesn't sound so good when you say that.
the acid in the apple juice and the acid in the Coke is probably doing a lot of good to
Oh, yes.
denature it.
Yes. Well, the apple juice is very sweet, but it just falls apart and it's just, you shred it and yeah. I'm getting hungry. We're going to the pub shortly, aren't we? Which is good.
I saw a program,
Oh, yes.
go figure once, on television.
On television.
Back when we still had the BBC. Because we don't actually
Well,
have...
you could access the BBC
Well,
through the iPlayer.
Yes, we can do.
Live.
But we just don't happen to.
No,
really.
fine,
Unless it's like Glasgow. We may watch a few.
Yes,
That's
of
probably
course,
like the last thing we did watch, actually. But yeah, so we just haven't really watched the BBC in ages. But I remember seeing like a documentary they did.
Oh.
And it was by that doctor whose name, I can't remember her name, but she's very, very
She's a
smart.
doctor.
Does biology.
Oh, yes.
But she's talking about like why human diet, like and when kind of like humans started cooking and that kind of thing, and how our digestive system may have been shaped in an era where we were basically just eating stones and that kind of thing.
That's twigs.
But she did a quite a cool experiment where they calculated the amount of carrots she would need to eat in a day, just as an example, to get all the energy she'd need
I see.
to live.
Yes.
And say that's like 50 carrots, or maybe it isn't. Maybe just
It could be less.
a
Let's
number.
say it's 50.
Not a ridiculous number.
No, fine.
So it's like she's
I
like
like carrots.
So she was trying to do the advantages of cooking to demonstrate why cooking is important. Because she's saying you can eat a carrot raw. That's
Yeah.
not an issue. So she did it for 2 days.
Oh, yeah. Raw carrots are nice.
Yeah, no, it's not that they're not nice.
Yeah.
But she said the point is, if she wanted to live off carrots,
She could.
she could.
But she'd have to eat a lot of them.
But it's not even the amount, it's the time taken to eat them.
Oh, yes. Quite hard to eat.
That's the thing. She was simply saying, like, her day was, she was always had a carrot.
Oh.
Because it's like crunch.
Yeah,
crunch,
yeah.
crunch, crunch, crunch.
It's probably very socially awkward as well.
It sounds like a kind of like an ice bucket challenge thing, like the 50 carrot challenge. It's like how quickly can you eat 50 carrots?
I don't think I'd be able to do it that quickly.
That's the thing. It took her like all day
Yeah.
to eat the carrots it would need.
But she was exhausted.
That's the thing. And she said she probably expended more energy
chewing.
by chewing. And then on the second day, when it's like, she just boiled the carrots.
Why didn't she do that in the first place?
Because she was making the comparison.
Oh, I see. She wasn't just stupid.
No, it was
Fine.
kind of like an experiment
Okay.
to prove one or the other.
What was the result?
The result is that cooking is great.
Does not get tougher than this.
The point was that cooking is great for many reasons. Kills bacteria and whatnot. But it denatures the thing you're eating, thus
making it easier
to
and you can get more
chew.
energy. I understand.
They also did an interesting experiment where they had two twins but one of whom was actually a doctor.
2 sets of twins.
No, sorry,
2 people.
One set.
1 set of twins.
2 twinlets.
Yes.
1 twin pair.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yes.
So I think one of them was actually a doctor. They may have both been doctors. They're about like in their 30s.
Okay.
But they were trying to do a kind of semi-scientific...
They cooked one of them.
One had to hunt and kill the other for
Yeah.
sport. No, they were like, we want to try and do a semi-scientific experiment about fat versus sugar.
Right.
Because they were saying, like, what's worse? They had this big thing about, like, sugar is very much like a hot topic.
Yes,
well, it was like
of course.
last year. Now it's Brexit. But,
God, I wish it was still about sugar.
But, they talking about bringing in, like, a sugar tax.
Oh, yeah, I vaguely recall.
And in many ways, there is to some extent, like, sugary drinks,
Yes.
that kind of thing. And like they're saying, should you have a health warning on a sugary snack, much like you might have...
May cause teeth to decay.
Yeah,
that sort of
much
thing.
like you might have something on cigarettes. So it's something they're taking very seriously.
Yes.
But they're trying to point out, like, what is worse, fat or sugar?
Yeah.
And it was interesting. So they had a thing where these 2 twins, one for a month would eat a very high sugar diet.
Right.
So they had dietitians kind of calculating a thing for him to do.
Yeah.
And the other would eat a very high fat diet. And then
Gotcha.
they'd cut out the opposite.
Yeah.
And they did a few experiments. Like one was like they had to run up a hill.
Okay.
And then they had
Who
like...
could do it faster,
But,
better.
but it's also like they had to do it on an empty stomach. So they had to wake up early, both hungry, both start running,
Yeah.
run for like half an hour, then have a snack.
Okay.
Then run. So it's like one of them gets like a little sachet of glucose.
Yeah.
It's like, just suck that down.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's delicious. I feel great. And the other just gets like a pat of butter. It's like, just eat this butter.
Now, as an ignorant person,
Mm-hmm.
as I am, I would imagine the fat was more damaging. But I'm
Actually,
I'm
I'm
right.
Yeah, no, you nailed it.
Oh, yeah. That's what I would have thought, yeah.
Because they kind of did a load of tests over, and it's only one sample.
Yeah.
This is not big enough to. But interestingly, the guy who ate sugar,
I bet he ran faster.
well, like he generally did all right.
Yeah.
But it was quite surprising because they think like
energy.
eating so many sugary foods for like a month and having very low fat, but his body actually seemed to step up and process it quite well. They're thinking like, am I getting diabetic? Am I going to get diabetes or something like
He
that?
probably would eventually.
But they were like, no, I mean, we don't want to make any recommendations of this, but you seem to be doing okay.
Yeah.
But oddly enough, the guy who ate a very high-fat diet, he was actually exhibiting pre-diabetic
Was he?
symptoms
There you
towards
go.
the end. It's a
There you
very
go.
complex organism. But he did one little
Science.
thing. One little thing he said at the end, which is kind of cool, because they were talking about, say like, have you ever been in a situation where you're like, I really want something sweet. Like I really want...
Oh, sure.
I want like chocolate or I want like
some
ice cream.
Haribo.
Yeah, Haribo. Something like that.
Lovely.
But he was saying, okay, you want something sweet? Here's a bowl of sugar. And you're like, I don't really want that.
No.
It's like...
No, thank you.
So he's saying, so what we're actually craving is not sugar.
It's
It's the combination of sugar and fat.
Because
Because they pointed out that actually in nature, those two things very rarely occur together.
No, sugar cane.
Well, sugar cane would be sugar.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah. So he's saying like, when we were hunter-gatherers and we were out kind of just eating whatever we could, sugar, it's great.
Yeah.
Love a bit of sugar. Fat, also good. I'll run an animal down,
Yeah, get
kill
some
it,
delicious
eat it.
animals.
It's delicious, have a little nibble, bit of crackling.
Yeah. Oh,
But he's saying like, there are very few things in nature where you could like pluck a fruit off a tree and it would be equal
It'd be
parts
both.
fat and
Yeah.
sugar. So he had like a bowl of cream and he had a bowl of sugar.
yeah.
So he took like a mouthful of sugar and he was like, Oh, that's a bit too
Oh,
much.
that's too sweet
I don't
for me.
like it.
Ooh.
And then he got like a mouthful of cream. And he was like, yeah, it's all right. It's a bit bland.
Yeah.
And then he poured them together.
They were delicious.
Mixed it, and he ate it. He said, "This is amazing. I could eat this all day.
It's
It's
the
like
best
ice
thing I've ever
It's
eaten.
like ice cream."
Yeah.
So he's saying that's the thing. Our brains, which were evolved and shaped during a period where, we either found sugar or we found fat, has never had to deal with things
both,
where
yeah.
sugar and fat are there at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
And it just short circuits our brain. And we just can't get
What's
enough
going
of it.
on?
And that's why all the food we love, cake,
Yeah.
biscuits,
It's got them both.
ice cream. Yeah, it's the two together.
There you go.
Like a pastry,
Oh, I am starving.
Sorry, yeah, I'm probably not helping. I know.
Oh, there you go.
Very interesting. though.
Marvellous.
Yeah, learning.
I should
a bit,
watch
yeah.
more documentaries.
Mind you, I haven't watched a documentary
No,
in
no,
ages
it's
now.
fine,
I'm
no.
ignorant. I'm pig.
Yeah, this is
ignorant,
old
yeah.
data anyway. This could be null and void by now. Mm-hmm. We've evolved at least another 2 years. Something like that.
Yep. The human species has moved on.
We've moved on since then.
What do you do with your month of free Amazon Prime?
I ordered a lot of things. I bought a Blu-ray with my voucher, and I got it delivered next day because I had free Amazon Prime.
Good grief! When they turn up, are they like apologetic? They're like, "We're so sorry, Mr. Ray. Here you go."
Well, I didn't see the gentleman who delivered it, but I went on live chat with them because I told them that them not delivering the item on that day, because it was for Liz's birthday,
Yeah.
had ruined her birthday. Her birthday was, in actual fact, 2 weeks from that date.
With a straight face.
They didn't know that,
Okay,
though.
well, they don't need to know that.
They didn't
no.
know.
Nobody needs to know that.
So that's why I got some free stuff. They said, "Oh, we're very sorry." I should perhaps not admit this whilst we're recording, but I don't think Amazon will be listening.
You look up as a little drone kind of floating
Yeah,
on.
all the drones are here.
They had to shut down a runway, I think, in London just the other day for a few hours because
of a drone?
They spotted a drone nearby.
Whose drone was it? I bet it was some punk kid.
They're investigating.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's be. Oh,
Someone's firing up the hog.
local boy racers out. It's amazing. Well, one thing you can
It's off.
guarantee. Well, one thing you can guarantee these mics will pick up is that bike.
Oh, that's fine.
I can tell you, if there was a third person sitting at this table,
It would not pick them
we'd
up.
hear nothing. A kid having a conversation 2 blocks away.
Yeah,
So risks of recording outside. Really.
short-sightedness.
What are we talking about? Yeah, a drone kind of.
Drones.
Yeah. Would you fly one? I'd like to have a go.
I would if it didn't mean I was going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
I'm a good boy.
I think that's the thing, though. We're in that grey area at the moment. Nobody's been killed by one yet.
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 Being the operative word.
I think that will really.
I think that'll shake things up.
Oh boy, yeah.
The drone falling on someone because it ran out of batteries or whatever it runs on. Fruit.
Speaking of meat, what was
yes.
really nice?
Go on.
That barbecue we had down in Cornwall.
Sure was. That's an
Oh.
interesting segue.
Segue, delightful.
You've made there, John. Yes, we went to Cornwall.
I've got to say, that barbecue was so good.
It was good.
It's actually reignited my love of barbecues.
Well, I'd done less than you, but we did some walking that day, so
Mm-hmm.
that probably helped.
No, maybe so. I mean, but at the same time, like, you had your rib problems.
That's why I didn't walk. I felt bad for not doing it, but
No, God, no, you shouldn't have felt bad about
but
it.
I well, we went. Let's start from the start.
It's a good place to
It's,
start.
it's a good place to start.
Well, the long and short of it is, there's some people. I'm getting married next year.
You are.
may
I
have- you
remember.
may have
Yes,
heard.
I remember.
And I was like, there's some people I'd like to be involved in it. I'd like them to be the groomsman, the honour guard.
Yes,
as it were.
the John Guard.
The John Guard.
as Nick coined it.
So I was like,
Brilliantly.
we don't often, aside from you, can't get rid of you, but we don't often get to see each other.
No, I see.
So-
we see each other a lot.
I'm like, let's head on down to Cornwall. Let's have
Yeah.
a weekend away.
It was good.
Got a cool little shack on the side.
I
of
loved
a-
that
It was
house.
cool, wasn't it?
I would. Well, I often say when I've had a good time, oh, I'd go there again, but I actually would.
Yeah.
I actually would go to that house again.
It was like, I think I said at the time, I was a little worried because the owners, I guess, had some pretty stringent
Oh, yes, the
rules.
document.
Yeah, like a 46-page document
Yeah.
about how to use the house. And it turned out none of
I
it.
think that's just to cover themselves legally, I would imagine.
Well, I kept speaking to the caretaker on the phone.
Nah,
So I was like, it says in the book we have to turn the fridge off when we leave. And he's like, no.
don't worry about it.
It says we'll be fined if we leave any food in the house. She's like, no, if you want to leave anything, it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever.
It's chilled. Yeah, no one cared.
Maybe they're old rules,
Maybe so.
but anyway, they probably aren't associated with the house.
But it had like a degree of charm because it felt like it was built from maybe like 4 different houses kind of
Yeah.
bolted together.
It really was.
Yeah. It was nice. I liked it actually.
It was plenty big for how many of us were there? 10?
9.
9.
It
It was plenty big for 9 of us.
If the police ever ask, there are only 9 of us.
Yeah. If the person on Airbnb is listening to this, there were only 9 of us.
There are absolutely 9 of us. And it's
Definitely not
was-
10.
And not a stag. Absolutely not a stag.
It was not a stag.
And it was kind of near a cliff, but nobody fell off, which was
That was good news.
It was good news. Yeah.
We went with 10, we came back with 9.
And we didn't get to the elusive brewery we were aiming for.
Well, there was no brewery, it turned out.
But there was a very nice pub.
There was. Well, there were a few nice pubs, I felt.
Yeah.
But we went to the one round the corner, which was called the Oyster Catcher.
We spent a lot of time in there, actually.
I went there 4 times in 2 days.
I think it helps that we had very low expectations about what we wanted to achieve from this weekend. It's a shame it wasn't longer, actually.
Yeah, we said that.
It would have been nice to have actually...
On the way back, I said it would have been nice to have been there a week.
Yeah. That would
Really
have been
would.
great, actually. You could have just hung out in a bar for like a
Yeah.
while. Go to the beach. Weather wasn't great.
That's all right, then.
good enough,
That was
though.
fine. It was fine. It didn't
Yeah.
rain that much.
No.
And we did some walks. We
did.
walked to the next town over.
Rock.
Rock. We were in Polzeath. Still don't know how to say it.
I want to say Paul's Eve.
Whatever, yeah.
Speaking as one of the tourists who is slowly strangling that community, there were a lot of tourist houses being built.
Yes.
A lot of holiday homes.
I'm sure the people who have lived there all their lives hate us.
Yeah.
And everything we stand for.
Yeah. At least, he said, at least our home, the one we stayed in, was an old building.
Yes,
At least it
quite,
wasn't
yes.
like... Because we're all like... I mean, I like weird modern buildings, but...
Well, there were a lot of those as well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But like just being slapped down in a tiny little fishing village. There'll be no one there.
Yeah. I know, yeah. Poor
I-
people. Well, no one there in the winter anyway.
But one thing I found which was a bit kind of like, I thought it was a bit like, okay, if you're going to do it, that's fine, but don't rub it in people's faces. It's like we were walking around, we had a little walk around the middle of town. Do you remember when we popped into like that convenience store?
Oh,
kind of
yes,
thing?
yes.
And like right in the middle of like the oldie kind of like fishing homes, there was like a very modern looking building.
Yeah,
Quite new.
yeah.
But also on like a really rough kind of gravel track. It would have been quite
Yeah,
difficult
yeah.
to get a car down. But like, bolted to the side, great big like metal sign. It was like luxury,
Yeah,
like
coming
holiday
soon, yeah.
home. Like, don't. Try
I'm
and
sure.
be-
I'm
try
sure
and
the
be
people
subtle
who
about
live
it.
there,
Yeah,
and there will be people who have lived there a long time, will be furious with all this tourism.
yeah.
But whatever.
it'd be a nice place. It'd be a nice place to live. But I don't know how people do it. Like, I don't think people could.
Seasonal, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but I mean, like actual moving to Cornwall.
Oh, yeah.
that's got to be quite like.
Well, it turns out
expensive.
Polzeath is far.
yeah,
No matter where you are, it's far.
yeah, it's further than you think.
So-
It just kept on going.
Yeah.
yeah,
We got there in the end, though, and we got back.
which is always good.
Yes, but we had a very nice time.
Did you burn?
Not really, no. We all had a bit of windburn.
Yeah,
But as far as I go, if I don't end up in like bright red, I consider it a win.
yeah. I mean, you lose like a layer of skin. You know.
No,
just
I'm
kinda
very poor in the sun.
looking at a
I have-
child's drawing of
I'll
the
show you
sun,
this
yeah.
now. I have a watch strap burn on my arm,
Oh gosh,
which is there.
look at that.
That was from the weekend.
Unless you're like allergic to metal or something like that.
I hope not, because I've been wearing this for a year.
Could be like a cat rash or something.
Suddenly it's flaring up.
But that barbecue though,
Yes, very nice barbecue.
it was a bit
eh?
windswept, wasn't it?
Yes, but we were playing a game of sticks,
Oh yeah.
whatever it was.
Yeah, I was drinking.
Yeah, I was as well. Whilst playing
leaning on the
sticks.
fire. Yeah, I did not play
That's
any
why
sticks,
a lot of the
yeah.
sticks went missing.
The but like I said, I kind of went off burgers a little bit. I remember I had a burger in a fine establishment in town, and I remember this really like, "Ugh, what's that really chewy, nasty bit inside?"
Yeah, oh,
it."
yeah.
And I was suddenly like, I don't need the hooves. I don't need the bits
I
of
don't want the
leather and-
processedness.
Yeah. But we just got like the cheapest Tesco's
They're all right,
burger.
they're fine.
They were really good.
Yeah,
They were,
yeah.
like cooking on an
They're fine.
open flame. It was amazing.
And then, yeah, nice barbecue in the vicinity of the house. Nice view from the house.
Dramatic skies,
Dramatic skies. Pub literally around the corner.
which was lovely.
Lovely. Lots of beers in the house.
They had a,
We didn't even finish all the booze in the
no,
house.
we didn't. I mean, we didn't get through that keg.
No, I've still got the
Trainer had brought a whole bottle of Kraken as well.
Didn't-
We
didn't get into
no.
that either.
A third day might have seen us proud.
I think a third day and we would have polished the rest of it off.
I miss it already.
Yeah.
You know, a place where
We probably will go back. It's a
we
likelihood.
should do actually. Yeah,
We should
That'd be
we
well
should
good.
do.
Do you know a place where beer and good sausages are easy to find?
I've heard the rumours.
And I hear I hear a
I hear
voice,
it calling.
I hear a voice on the wind.
I hear it
They
calling.
need
I can
us.
smell it from here.
Should we do it?
Let's put a pin in it.
Well, I have to say this has been a delightful little podcast.
Oh,
actually.
thank you.
I think
And thank
top-
you.
top listener. No, me. Or-
Well, thank you, and then the people listening.
Oh, sorry.
if you are,
I couldn't tell
No,
which
thank
one you
thank
were.
all of us.
Oh well.
thank
God bless us all.
Yes,
Thank
no,
you.
Thank you. No, thank you.
No, I was talking to.
Oh, I see.
Ben.
So you were looking at me.
Well, I
You see,
have
you
a.
used-
Lazy eye. You
Oh,
see.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be.
That is disappointing.
Focus, Rev.
But it's time for the quiz.
Because I can't. Shall we hit the road?
Let's do it.
Grand. So, until next time, you stay classy.
San Diego.